So this video is a very weird one, and I've got a lot to say on it, but I don't want to make this video ridiculously long, so I'm just going to dive straight into it, and I'm really keen to hear what you guys think about this one down below. Privacy fears as OpenAI trials ads in its ChatGPT chatbot in the US. In short, OpenAI is trialing ads in ChatGPT in the US that will appear at the bottom of answers. Now the article is linked down below, you can read that, but I want to weigh in on my opinion here because I am beyond annoyed about this. At the moment, when you ask a question to ChatGPT, you can kind of gauge that, you know, it gives you a response where it pulls information from the internet and it's a large language model. If you're comfortable with the way that ChatGPT works, then you have a better understanding of the answers it provides, and you can use your best judgment to understand why it's giving you the answers it's giving you. However, this changes everything. This completely changes the fabric of how ChatGPT works and also how information is delivered to you. Now, before I dive into the weeds on this very quickly, I'm only going to make this a very quick ad. If you're looking for a fantastic VPN, check out Private Internet Access VPN at the link down below. They respect your privacy, they don't have any ads, and with a click of a button you can move your device to a different location, which means that you can't be tracked or traced whilst using the internet. With that link down below, you get 2 months free and 87% off, and it's the best way to support the channel, so go and check it out. Now, when I say that ChatGPT is interfering with the fabric of how information is given out, what I mean is this. You could ask a medical question or an important question, at least important to you, not like important in terms of how to solve world hunger, but like a question that you kind of want an answer to that's a bit more of a tailored response given the context. And ChatGPT at the moment, it pulls resources from the internet, it pulls answers, it pulls data sets, and it pulls information from basically a full library and suite of data that, whilst can be quite inaccurate and it can basically tell you the answers you want to hear, it is somewhat reliable. However, when you throw advertising into that mix, what you get is tailored results that aren't based around the questions you ask or the whole format of a large language model. They're based around paid promotion, which means that you could ask a basic question and receive an answer that is an advert, not necessarily the answer that you need. I wouldn't even say want. Need is the operative word here, because when you're searching for the answer for something, you want something that's factually correct, not something that's just paid for. And this worries me. You know, on Google there are ads. You search for something and the top couple of listings are sponsored posts. That's fine because we understand the format with that. And Google isn't necessarily a tailored experience. All it is a query. Obviously Google has their own Google AI, but once again, on Google's AI at the moment, they're not accepting advertisements in their AI feed. And this raises another serious, and it's a very serious point. When it comes to like Google, the amount of personalized information that you give it is quite restricted, because we know that you don't necessarily put in a whole paragraph of something into a Google search bar. You search for key phrases, keywords, and it provides more contextual results. ChatGPT is pretty much a messaging service at this point. People ask it personal questions that are tailored around a user's own experience. And you'll know if you use ChatGPT and you've got multiple chats going and you have them for a period of a year, 2 years, whatever it might be, it can learn more about you as a person, which, you know, has its own privacy concerns within itself. And I've voiced them quite loudly on the channel before. Well, not this channel, this is the American channel. On my other channel, Waffle. This makes ad targeting so much more accurate, which from an advertiser's perspective, this is their wet dream. This is exactly what they want, because they can pinpoint the what, where, who, when, why, how, and then target that. This is like the pinnacle. This is the pièce de résistance of advertising. This is everything an advertiser could want for a reason, because it's incredibly invasive. When it comes to ads on YouTube, it's not that complicated, relatively speaking. It's very geared around what else you do on the Google platform and what videos you watch and what content you show to be interested in. The information set that Google kind of give out about you to advertisers isn't necessarily even about you. They give them demographics and Google handle the rest. The companies don't see all the things that you're interested in. It's not that deep. And when we engage with platforms like YouTube and Google, we take that on board and we make a calculated decision whether we want to use those services. When it comes to things like ChatGPT, there is now a plethora of data that we've all submitted to services like this that now have the ability to be utilized for further advertising perspectives. Like, they can build profiles on the exact people that have spending habits and all of this just from what people have typed into ChatGPT. I'm personally very against this happening, because I'm all up for advertising. I take quite a somewhat controversial stance when it comes to advertising. I think advertising is okay because it makes the economy work, and I probably would say that as a YouTuber that has ads on their videos. I don't on this channel though, so if you help us get to, I think, 4,000 watch hours, we can start running ads and I can start paying me editor. But advertising can be, you know, there's a level of intrusiveness to it, and I get that, and I think we all understand that there's a playing field, at least a level playing field when it comes to advertising. But it's all a calculated decision that we make, because when you go on YouTube, you're not giving out all of your personal information, where ChatGPT, naturally, people have conversations with it, and some people even go as far as AI psychosis, and I wouldn't go that far with it. But I think this is really invasive. I think this is really concerning, and no one at ChatGPT is going to see this. Well, OpenAI, no one's going to watch this video, but Jesus Christ, find another way. Like, if you pay for ChatGPT, maybe you don't get these ads. Hopefully not. But find another way to monetize. There's different things that they can do with AI technology that people will pay for. Build a product or service and people will come to it if it's a good product or service. It's basic business. This isn't the answer. This is not the answer. Do not monetize the trust that you have with your audience. Do not do that. Crazy. The trust that OpenAI has built with its users is something that can't be betrayed with advertising. They can upsell if they want. They can have a little pop-up in the corner saying, hey, buy a premium plan or whatever. Fine, you know what I mean? They're a business. Do what businesses do. But selling your customer data after collecting it for years from people is the exact thing that platforms like Facebook did, but this is more intrusive because this is so much more direct and in the brain of everyone that uses AI platforms. We can't let this happen. Anyway, thank you for watching today's video. If you did enjoy, please make sure to like and subscribe, and check out Private Internet Access VPN at the link down below. I think there's going to be some bloopers in this video. At the moment, when you ask a chess, and you can use your best judgment to understand what, and you can use and with the click of a button, you could answer, you know, you search for something, and in the couple of, oh, shitting hell, still 27 degrees in here, still 27. If you see a little lump on my nose, by the way, that's because I got a piece of tissue rammed up there. I'm having loads of nosebleeds today because I've been blowing my nose because I'm a little pussy. What was I saying? Ah, my brain's not working. I'm so hot. Why do I do this? I know why I do it. I do this for the people. Ad targeting, so much more but this makes ad targeting so many English. This makes fuck me, why can't I talk today? Build it and people will come, but like, start paying me editor.